Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Big Guns, who writes, "Hey, John, Aldis Hodge, who was in the new Invisible Man movie, which is fantastic, by the way, in case you didn't see it, has been cast as Hawkman for Black Adam. What are your thoughts on the casting?" And by the way, I do think this guy is great. What are your thoughts on the casting, and does this get you more excited for the film? Thanks. All right, man. Thanks a lot for sending that in. And yes, this little piece of information dropped a couple of days ago. Aldis Hodge, who I really don't know much beyond what we saw him in Invisible Man, in which I thought he was incredible. He is apparently going to be in the new Black Adam movie playing Hawkman. This comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter, who writes, Aldis Hodge, who starred in City on a Hill and appeared in this year's remake of The Invisible Man, has nabbed the high-flying role of Hawkman in Black Adam and is now in final negotiations to join New Line's action-adventure thriller featuring the DC Comics anti-hero starring Dwayne Johnson. And we'll talk more about Dwayne Johnson a little bit later. An enticing factor for fans is the introduction in Black Adam of the Justice Society of America, a multi-generational group that preceded the Justice League. Characters Atom Smasher, to be played by Noah Centineo, as well as Dr. Fate and Cyclone, who have yet to be cast, will figure into the story. All right. I got to tell you, first of all, Aldis Hodge, I got to say right up front, I do not have a large enough sample size in my own repertoire of his work to really give a firm opinion on what I think of him being cast as Hawkman. I just don't have a big enough sample size yet. All I've really got to go on is his work in Invisible Man. So take everything that I'm going to say with a grain of salt, that I'm completely just basing this off what I saw of him in Invisible Man. But I loved Invisible Man, and he was one of the reasons for it. He brought a charm to that, that juxtaposed a lot of this horrific stuff going on in this girl's life in Invisible Man. And he juxtaposed this charm and this strength and this stability in it. He had some really good little bits of comedic timing in it as well. And the dude, why this guy had to run around his house, Rob, as much as he did shirtless, I'm not sure. But the dude is yoked. I mean, this dude is huge. This guy was designed to play a superhero in one way, shape, or form. And I loved him in this movie. Now, look, again, I've only seen him in the one thing. Maybe if I saw him in 10 different things, I wouldn't have as high of an opinion. I completely acknowledge that. But the one sample I do have tasted pretty good. I mean, I really liked his presence in that movie. I liked what he did. And if, the casting director saw that and see him and they know what they want this Hawkman to be, great. And of course, this just, Rob, piles on to the fact that everybody got excited from DC fandom when The Rock did come out and talk about the fact that we were going to get Justice Society, and, Dr. Fate got a lot of people buzzing. Hawkman's one of those too. Rob, what do you think about this casting as with Aldis Hodge as Hawkman?
I love it. I think it's great. I think he looks fantastic. And, if you go all the way back, people I've read online talking about, well, you're race swapping the character, but not really, because Hawkman has roots in ancient Egypt. It's the fact that he's been reincarnated. I just think this casting is fantastic. And I hope they do the suit where you see how yoked he is, where he's just basically wearing the straps, and he's you see his chest. I've always loved Hawkman. I think it's badass. Hawkman's a badass. As long as they can make him, I don't want him to look like the Hawkman in Flash Gordon. You got if he's flying through the air with Black Adam, I just want to see convincing flying effects. But Kadar Hole, if he's playing that, I love that character. I'm stoked, dude. And I've always loved the Justice Society of America. Bring it on. Dr. Fate, Hawkman, come on. Who doesn't want to see that? I mean, it looks good. And I think this guy will be fabulous. I really think he's going to be good. I mean, again, a limited sample size that I have. I understand that, but I saw this name and I'm like, okay, yeah, because seriously, ever since I saw Invisible Man, I've been wondering, when are we going to see this guy pop up again? Because again, the star of the movie, she completely stole the show, yes, but I really thought he was one of the big contributing factors as to why I enjoyed this movie so much. And I've been waiting to see what big thing he'd do next. You know what I'm saying? I've got 4 words for you. Hawkman, hot toy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Is that 4 words or 3 words?
Well, Hawkman's actually 1 word, but I split it up into Hawkman, hot toy.
Whether it worked for me. 4 syllables. 4 syllables. Completely works for me. Question is, guys, what do you think about this casting? I like the casting personally, but how do you feel about it? Maybe you didn't like him in Invisible Man. Maybe you didn't even like that movie. Maybe you're thinking, we don't even need this character in this movie. Personally, I'm excited for it. How do you guys feel about it? Jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.